Hey everybody, John here from All Miniatures Great and Small, and today's episode of What's on the Table, I've got a couple of projects. I've got some Flames of War. These are mostly American Bulge release. I'm doing these up in my more recent paint scheme. You might have seen some other videos where I've already done a batch of these guys. So this is building primarily the plastic out of the American Bulge starter force box. Although I did add several M4A1s, which are either they're kind of early late war, but and because in the Bulge book you can downgrade your Shermans to these cheaper, basically D-Day Shermans, and save a point here and there, which is pretty good because this stuff is pretty pricey in the game. The starter boxes have had a fantastic deal as far as real world money, but these tanks can get pretty pricey. So these are just airbrushed. Basically I used some lacquer paints. Let's see if I've got them handy here. This basically it's an olive drab from AK, and that's been basically diluted with a tan, a couple of different tans to make them lighter. So I have these. And these are lacquer paints, so they airbrush wonderfully, but they smell terrible. You need thinner to clean the brushes and the airbrush. So they're not super friendly to use necessarily, but I like the finish that it gave, and at least for this force I wanted to be pretty consistent. Overall I think they've turned out, so right now they're basically in I finished airbrushing them, so now they're in the stage, I guess I did do some edge highlighting here, where they're going to need their tracks painted, the decals put on, and then weathering is the last step. So I think I have a completed version around here somewhere. Basically ending up something like that. So that's another D-Day Sherman in that scheme. So I'm working on that. I kind of want to get this done before the new Africa stuff hits, because I'm definitely planning on adding forces from the Africa book. That looks pretty exciting. The other thing I'm doing is trying to finish up my Americans for Blood Red Skies. I've got this is a Devastator. I've got the bombers basically that I'm working on now that I've pretty much finished the Wildcats. So I'm putting on the decals, and you can kind of see where I am in that process. The Devastators, I'm giving them a Coral Sea, basically a paint scheme or theme. So, this is obviously very much still a work in progress, but you can kind of see what we're going for here with the red, white, and blue on the insignia and the candy cane stripes on the tail. Those will be pretty good. And then for the Devastator, or for the Dauntlesses, sorry, I haven't put any decals on yet. They're ready for decals. You can kind of see they're very glossy for decals. And these Dauntlesses I'll be decaling up for Battle of Midway, so they won't be quite as colorful as the Devastators. But once they're done, then my Blood Red Skies Pacific forces will be complete, and then hopefully we can get a game or how to play or something like that on the channel pretty soon. So this is going to be pretty short. What's on the table, just to let you know what's going on. I do apologize for the lack of videos over the holidays. It was a busy holiday. Jake was visiting, and just didn't get as much time as I wanted to produce content. So we'll be back to a regular schedule. We should be hitting our stride here in the next week or two, and by the end of the month we should have another battle report for you guys. All right, there you go, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please do consider giving us a like and subscribe. Click that bell to receive notification when we release new content. You can also check out our Patreon, where patrons get access to a Flames of War battle report every month exclusive to them. link in the video description below. As always, thanks for watching, and keep on gaming.